It's about self-acceptance. When you can go back and look at all of the things that make you feel embarrassed, when you can go back and look at all the things that make you feel ashamed, when you can go back and deal with the darkest secrets of yourself, all the disgusting little pieces and parts of yourself, when you begin to bring those into self-acceptance, and I'm not saying you accept them as like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. That's not what I'm talking about. That's some weird shit. I'm not saying you go off into the world and just declare that you're a piece of shit and you're okay with it. But it's about looking at these parts of yourself that you are hiding away in your body through the lenses of love, through the eyes of God, to bring it back to what it always was, to bring it back to what it was to begin with. To bring it back to what it was to begin with, before the world came in, caused distortion, caused you to do certain things, and before other idiots got in your brain and started telling you things about yourself. Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Salandria, and if you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, thank you for returning. If you like the content, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it to help me grow the channel. And today, what I wanted to talk about is entering your unruly era, or it's more so going to be about me. I am entering my unruly era. It has taken me a very long time to get to this point. I think that we are here now. I think that I done walked through the door, and I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to share on it, and I wanted to put a cast out and see if anybody is where I am or has been where I am right now. So what is the unruly era? Unruly era is, to me, Rihanna's Good Girl Gone Bad. It's unapologetic. It is your bad B era, which I just don't like that term. Like I never used to understand the whole bad bitch thing. I never used to get it. Now I'm getting it, and I'm like, but I don't want to use those words. I just don't like those words. But it's entering the bad bitch era, and it's ultimately when you are leaving behind or growing out of the part of you that was the good little girl who's trying to do everything perfectly. When you are leaving behind the good little girl and stepping more into womanhood and owning who you are, how you feel, how you react, how you have reacted in the past. And it's just owning who you are I want to say less and not no, because I feel like no is hard, but with less insecurity, with less timidness, with less doubt, and with less worry. More so just owning the woman that you are, without having to try and be like that good little girl who does everything right and who does everything perfect and is trying to please everybody. Like, we're moving up out of that energy. So first, let's talk about how I got here. So the first, we're in 2024 now. The first peak of this energy came in 2020. It came in 2020. I've been doing my spiritual journey, spiritual practices since late 2017 at the start, like officially 2018 was it. We'll just say 2018. I started doing my spiritual practices. So that's meditations, that is visualizations, that is journaling, that is pulling tarot cards, that is doing candle magic, that is, what else? Like writing petitions and all sorts of things. And so I've gone through multiple different phases pretty quickly. One thing that I enjoy about myself is I can try something, I could test something out, and then if it doesn't work, you move on. I just scrap that and move on, scrap that and move on. So I feel like I've outgrown that whole candle magic, jars, tarot, all of that stuff. I feel like I've outgrown fairly quickly. No offense to anybody who's still doing it. I just have a whole different perspective now. And that to me is not necessary, not in this day and age. But I did go through that phase, and going through that phase and just learning more about myself, being more accepting of myself. That's the real key for all of this, has been self-acceptance. Self-acceptance has gotten me to the point where I can own everything about myself. I can confidently say now, I can own everything about myself, and nobody is able to judge me for who I've been or what I've done. Nobody is able to shame me. Nobody is able to put me in their little box anymore. Nobody is able to make me feel bad. Nobody can make me feel like that little girl who's getting in trouble anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that is like, when you reach that frequency as a woman, it's intimidating. Like, I intimidated myself. I was like, whoa, her ass ain't nothing to play with. She is nothing to play with. And so now that I'm stepping into that energy, it's like, it's intense. It's very intense. It's very, I want to say sophisticated, but I don't feel like sophisticated is the word. But like, she is intense. That's all I can say. She is intense. She is all encompassing. And I have been trying to stuff her down, shut her up, fit her into other boxes for many, 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 many years. Now that I'm 32 years old, I feel like, okay, I have the right. I can step into this and I can walk into this and nobody can tell me differently. People can have their opinions about it. People can give me their perception of it. People can tell me whatever they want to tell me. But there's something about being a woman that I feel like is the privilege that we get to have nowadays. I feel like this is the reason that women before us fought. This is what feminism was trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? It's the freedom to be a woman, not the freedom to be a woman who can live like a man. But I want the freedom to be a woman without you trying to burn me at the stake, without you trying to call me a whore, without you trying to like tear me down, without you, like, it's something about when a woman owns the power that she is. And I don't like the word, there's so many words I don't like. I don't like power, but when a woman owns the essence that she is, when she owns the presence that she has, I feel like it incites rage in people. Like, it incites this rage when she's just unapologetically owning her essence. That throws people off of their rocker, because women nowadays are only supposed to be mothers, good little girls, and princesses. And any woman who is outside of that archetype is undesirable. You're unable to get along with her. She's difficult. She's a witch. She's a bitch. She's every slur you can think about. If she is not a nice, good, docile little girl, princess, or mother, she is a slur. She's a slur. And so it's like, I think that's a part of the reason why I was afraid to step into this. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I got here 2020. I can't remember what I was doing, but I remember where I was standing. I can't remember what I was doing. I was like journaling or something like that. And this energy came up in me and it had made me see like, bitch, you are playing it so small. You are playing tiny. And if you would just own me, and step into this power, you could do, be, and have anything that you want. And I was like, whoa, this is evil. You're evil. I don't know what devil this is, but you're a devil. And I was like, no, I don't want to get it this way, right? Like, it was like something clicked on and I understood the feminine essence. I understood what a woman was. I understood how the influence that a woman has. Something clicked on and I understood the influence that a woman had and the influence that I had, and the way that I was keeping myself super small to not dive into that influence, aka power, aka essence. And I was like, I don't want to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about a woman is it's so easy for us. It's so easy for us because we can mesmerize. We can hypnotize. We can, and you don't even have to do it on purpose. I think that this is a part of the power that women don't understand that they have. I can mesmerize and hypnotize and Mirandicize your ass without me ever even realizing that that's what I'm doing. That's just what I do. It's just what I do. And I don't even be knowing that I'm doing it. As a woman, you ever walk into a room and you just grab attention and you're like, what the fuck? I got on sweats and a t-shirt. What is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be coming back from a workout all sweaty. My clothes is all fitting weird because I done worked myself to who God knows what. and I have to go stop in the grocery store and every man is like drawn to me. I'm like, not right now, sir. Sir, back up a little bit. Not right now. Not in this moment. Let me clean up a little bit first. But we even do it amongst other women. The attention and the other women can see it in us, and that causes all sorts of other drama and things like that when you enter into a room. These are all the things that I had that I did not know. That night in 2020, during that pandemic, it just woke up in me. And I was like, you're evil. You're evil. I'm not doing this. I want to be a good person. I want to be a nice person. I want to have a kind heart. I don't want to be swaying and persuading people to do things based off of my looks and based off of my energy and so is what I was thinking. And so I pushed it down. And then from there, what started coming up often was, you got to get rid of the nice girl. You got to get rid of the nice girl. You got to get rid of the nice girl. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong with being nice? Like, the nice girl ain't never did nothing. I was on my spiritual journey. I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of this. I got to get rid of the people pleaser. I have to get rid of this and that and the third. Okay, fine. When it came to get rid of being so nice, I struggled with that for 4 years. And I couldn't understand, what has the nice girl done to anybody? Why would it be bad for me to be nice to people in the world? That is when it switched for me, and I realized it's not necessarily bad for you to be nice, but it ain't true in your being. It's just not true, I think is what it is. It's not true. Because when you look at the reality, when your eyes are open and you're no longer living in the little girl fairy tale and you are living in the reality of what the world is, nice will get you eaten alive out here. Nice will get you eaten alive. On top of that, I'm empathetic, right? On top of that, let me fix my shirt. On top of that, I'm empathetic. On top of that, I'm sweet. On top of that, I let people go in front of me. On top of that, I push myself to the back burner and let people just walk all over me. That nice girl was just allowing me to be so abused. It was allowing me to be so abused. And at some point in my life, it was necessary, right? It was necessary. It was a personality trait that I had taken on for safety reasons, because I liked it. Who knows? Who cares, right? I took it on and it worked. It worked for many years until it did not work anymore. And I wasn't peeping that until it was time for me to evolve. But now I'm stuck being how I only know how I've ever been, which is nice. I haven't picked a new archetype to be. I haven't picked a new personality to be. You know what I'm saying? This is the personality that I am, even though this personality isn't working for me anymore. And this personality is actually harming me. And then when you take that information and then you tie in religion, because I went to Catholic school when I was younger, when you tie in the what would Jesus do and being a good Samaritan, those two things were like so stuck in my brain, you end up getting walked all over. Hindsight 2020, 50-50, I'm not Jesus. I'm not Jesus, Lord. Then I started reading the Bible and realized Jesus wasn't even that nice to y'all. Jesus was not that nice to y'all. Okay, hold up. If you was not a believer, he was like, there's nothing I can do for you. If you ain't believing, what am I supposed to do for you? You got to believe. You do it for yourself. It's like the gist of what I got from what I've read so far. I ain't read the whole Bible now. Don't be like, she read the whole Bible. No, I read some books in the Bible. Okay. But just, there's so much that encompasses getting to this unruly state, learning how to own it, learning how to not make it evil, learning how to not make it the devil, because it's like actively, while I'm entering into this unruly era, I'm feeling all of this energy, I'm walking in this energy, I'm learning how to own this energy, I'm letting go of shame, I'm letting go of guilt, I'm letting go of fear, I'm letting go of worry and doubt, and I can feel God. I'm talking to God, God is answering back to me, so I'm like, well, is it evil? Well, is it? I'm just lost out here, you know what I'm saying? And so more and more, I've just been getting into the fact, like, Salandria, you're just going to have to walk down that path and find out. But make sure that as you're walking down that path, you are constantly keeping your eyes and your heart on God. Constantly keeping your eyes and your heart on God so that you don't get consumed by some other energy. Because I definitely believe there are a lot of other energies out here that like to play God that are not God. I don't I don't really delve, not really, I don't delve in any of the African spiritualities. I'm Haitian and Jamaican and American, but I don't delve in any of those energies because, no offense to any human being who's into anything that they're into, no offense, I feel like they are lesser energies of the whole. Why would I be working with a fraction when I could work with the whole number? Doesn't make any sense to me. And so for that reason, and why would I be pimping out my life force energy so that some other energy can live through me so that I could have a car, a house, so that I can have basic 3D things, so that I can have wood stacked as a house, so that I can have a chunk of metal sculpted into a car. Why would I be trading my life force energy to knowingly now, because I think people do it all the time and they don't know, but to knowingly giving this life up, giving my vessel up to this energy and entity that is a fraction of God, that is a fraction of the whole, so that it can now walk and live and have my life force energy, and it can live through me so that I can have some earthly scraps. Play with your mama. Play with your mother, okay? I prefer to just deal with the one, the whole, the source, the divine. That's where I like to be. So as I walk this unruly path, it is always making sure that it is aligned with God. And if he tells me to change my path at any point, I have to change my path. I have to change my path. So what's the next piece of this energy that I want to discuss with you guys? The next one, part 2. How did I get here, right? What did I do to get here? It's about self-acceptance. It's all about self-acceptance. And honestly, that's, I think, what the whole life is about. Like, we go through so many experiences in life, and we've accumulated all these feelings and thoughts and emotions about our past, right? We have shame, we have guilt, we feel bad that we did this, we feel like we should have did something wrong, we feel like we need to fix this, and we feel like we need to fix that. And it's like, when you just come out of the whole idea that you're broken, when you just leave the idea that you're broken behind, when you leave the idea that something in your past is now dictating your future, when you leave behind the idea that you are guilty because you are shameful, because you are not worthy, because when you really start to deal with those energies, I know, especially in the manifestation world, they love to talk about how you just have to focus on what it is that you desire and blase, blase, blah. I think it's very important to understand why you even desire certain things that you desire. Sometimes a lot of your desire is coming from a space of feeling less than, is coming from a space of feeling guilty, is coming from a place of feeling shameful. And so you're trying to manifest something so that you can resolve that feeling within you. But it's never going to happen because you're manifesting off of the feeling of shame or guilt or doubt or whatever, or lack. So you're only going to continue manifesting that because that's the fuel. Right? That feeling is the fuel. So when you go in and you deal with shame and you deal with guilt and you deal with all of these things and you clear those out of your system, now your desire becomes more and more and more pure. So it makes me less afraid to now deal with desire in my body. It's crazy. As a woman, yo, this vessel thing is wild. The vessel of the body is insane. And I feel like as women, it's not for us to, within religion talks a lot about, denying the flesh, denying the body. It's all of this demonization of the body, but it feels wrong to me. It feels wrong to me because I feel like it's not about demonizing the body. It's about bringing the body back to divinity. It's about restoring the body back to its wholeness, restoring the emotions back to its wholeness, not just shunning it and throwing it away. You know what I'm saying? That is where I get lost when it comes to religion. What does it say? If one hand steals, then chop that hand off. I ain't there yet, y'all. I ain't there yet for that one yet. I ain't chopping my hand off now. Lord help you, girl. But it's about self-acceptance. When you can go back and look at all of the things that make you feel embarrassed, when you can go back and look at all the things that make you feel ashamed, when you can go back and deal with the darkest secrets of yourself, all the disgusting little pieces and parts of yourself, when you begin to bring those into self-acceptance. And I'm not saying you accept them as like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. That's not what I'm talking about. That's some weird shit. I'm not saying you go off into the world and just declare that you're a piece of shit and you're okay with it. But it's about looking at these parts of yourself that you are hiding away in your body through the lenses of love, through the eyes of God, to bring it back to what it always was, to bring it back to what it was to begin with. To bring it back to what it was to begin with, before the world came in, caused distortion, caused you to do certain things, and before other idiots got in your brain and started telling you things about yourself. All of these things are what is leading me on this path to be living more of an unruly life. And it's unruly as in not listening to the rules of other people, not listening to the rules of the world, not listening to the rules of society, but I'm unruly, but I'm still under the rule of God, right? Because it's flowing through my body. So that has been really big. This has been a big path. This is where I am now. I'm gonna accept it this time. I have accepted it this time. And y'all gonna come along on this ride with me. You're coming on the ride with me, y'all. Get on the boat. Come on, get up here. Let's dance. Let's dance. So I think that's it for this video today. Just kind of fleshing out my thoughts of where I am, where the channel is going, and casting out a net, casting out a line to see who is here with me. That's all I got.